Hello guys and welcome to Pretty Eyes. My name is Lavana. Just in case if this is your first time tuning in on this show, please hit that bell and subscribe. This show is about domestic violence survivors' life after. So if this is your first time tuning in, if this is something that may not be for you, please turn it over to someone that it can be very useful for. Today, I just want to jump right in and I'm going to be talking about different things that violence can include, just in case you're not aware of different things that take place. A lot of times when people are being very violent towards someone, it is dealing with things that they're hurting from. A lot of times they will start doing like community violence, vandalism to properties, maybe where they live or maybe where the person that they're abusing lives, just to keep things going, trying to put fear into the person. Another thing is if they are like a young adult or a person that may be college age student, they will do like school violence, vandalism to the cars, vandalism to the person's property, different things that, just come up with that person. And like I told you guys before, a lot of times when people are actually being violent, it is because they have something inside of them that they've never dealt with. A lot of times people are actually being maybe abused when they were kids, or they seen abuse, or different things like that. So if you have someone in your life, or if you've been in an abusive relationship, please get out, because domestic violence is at an all-time high. And as I stated before, even though we're having the pandemic going on and a lot of people are back to work, there's also a lot of people that are still not working, that are stuck at home with their abuser. If you have a friend, family member, or someone that you know that they're going through this, turn this information over to them. Maybe it could be very helpful for them. A couple of weeks prior, I gave a suicide hotline number, also domestic violence hotline number, just in case if you don't want to talk to me, you could speak to someone that could maybe help you with your situation or give you tips on how to get out of that situation. I just want to really stress that life after means that you were in an abusive relationship and you've came out and now you're trying to cope with how to get back on your feet. I've had a few guests on the show so far just basically talking about their own domestic violence that they went through, how they got out of it, and what they're doing today. And I told you guys that I was going to have someone come on today, but just to be straight with you, I've been a little busy and I haven't got around to taking care of that. I've been taking care of so many other things. So I want to say thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for your patience. But I will have more guests coming on the show to talk about their story. And like I said, if this is your first time, I'm also a domestic violence survivor. I don't like to say victim because I am not a victim. I am a survivor. And it also happened 20 years ago. So it's never too late to talk about your story, talk about things that happened, and where you're at today. And as I stated for myself, it took a lot of praying, reading the word, a lot of counseling, different things like that, and keeping myself surrounded with a very good positive support system, for me to have so I can keep moving forward. Going forth on what we're talking about today, I would like to talk about the stats that are the highest rates, in different states, just for domestic violence. A lot of people, they may not talk about it on the news, or they may not talk about it very freely, but a lot of these states are right. Like, well, number one, Alaska. Alaska is the notorious state for violent domestic crime. And I don't know why they don't really talk about it on the news. Maybe because, I don't know, they just don't talk about it. Another state is Oklahoma, Nevada, Washington, and New Hampshire. So these states, they talk about it sometimes in Chicago, they talk about it in Maryland, or they talk about it in New York, California, different states like that. But just be mindful that it's happening all around the world. So it's not just one state that it's happening at. A lot of times it's happening right under our nose. And we may not even, be keen to the spirit of understanding what a person may be going through. So if someone is going through something and you know that they're going through these things, help a person out. I always say lend a helping hand. I always say show love, show kindness, because you never know what the next person could be going through. Another thing that violence can also include, it can include sex abuse. And sex abuse can be like you can be with your partner, or you can be, having a fight with, your husband or your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your significant other, whoever that may be. And as I stated before, that this show is just not for women. There's men that also go through domestic violence. So it's a touchy situation for some people. Some people don't want to talk about it because they're private, or some people just don't want to talk about it at all. They just want to act like it never happened. They just want to move forward. So if you have a friend, a family member, a coworker, it's very important to have a lending ear, lend out the hand, help these people. If they don't have anywhere to go, if there's children involved, talk to these people, because we want them to understand that there is life after being in a bad situation. And if you are in a bad situation and you don't know how to get out, call those hotlines. Go back to the show previously that I have left these numbers before. This show airs every Thursday. I apologize. Every Thursday. You can also find me on Facebook at Domestic Violence Survivors, Life After. You can also find me at Von DeLeon at Instagram. So the main thing of this show is on YouTube, and it is called Pretty Eyes the Show. So please subscribe. Please send this over to someone that it can be helpful for them. Also, love on yourself. Loving on yourself is very, very important in today's society. A lot of people don't get enough love, and they're not showing enough love. But if you're showing love, you're going to receive it. And even if you don't receive it, still keep showing love, because that's very important. And if we don't have love coming out of our hearts or spilling it out to other people, and it doesn't even have to be people that you know. It could be total strangers. Just be kind. Because a lot of people are facing a lot of different things today that nobody is, acting like they care about it. People are being like rush all around, trying to handle these deadlines, trying to work, take care of what we need to take care of. That's going to be there automatically. We got to take care of that. That's life. So in the meantime, when you have free time, reach out to someone that you maybe haven't talked to in a while. If someone is coming across your mind, pray for them, because it's something that's bringing it into your spirit that's making you feel like, why is this person coming into my mind? If they're coming on your heart or coming in your mind, pray for them or give them a phone call. Treat them out to lunch. There's a lot of things that happen in people's lives, and people just keep saying, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm working. I'm taking care of these kids. Whatever it is that you got going. But just keep in mind that there's always someone that is going through abuse, and it could be emotional abuse, domestic violence, it could be financial abuse, physical abuse, all type of different abuse. So be kind, love on one another, make sure that you show pretty eyes, because the pretty eyes, the more that you show your eyes in a great light, that's going to draw people to you in a positive type of situation. You don't want to have negativity coming your way constantly, all the time, from different people. And a lot of times men and women will attract whatever is in their spirit. So if you're attracting abusers all the time, that means you're not loving on yourself correctly. And when I say love on yourself, that means really dig deep into yourself and find the love that's really there. If you have past pains, past hurts from the past, try to get over that. Try to seek help. Try to get counseling. Talk to someone, because these people, these resources are here. They're here for all of us. So I just want to say that this is a very quick segment. Once again, this show will air every Thursday, not Saturday. I know I said that before. But I just want to say, please show pretty eyes. Have faith. Have the peace. Show love to one another, because a lot of people are struggling, and a lot of people are just trying to act normal, keeping it all in and keep stuffing. And the more that you stuffing things in, the more that you cannot really handle your situation. You can't resolve what's really happening, in your heart. So I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for your support, your love. I love you guys. I hope that this is encouraging to someone. Pass it over to somebody. And like I said before, show pretty eyes. Because the more that you're showing the light that needs to be seen, the more that you're going to attract goodness that comes around you and surround you. For positivity, be creative, do things that's going to help you get back to normal, whatever that may be for you. Like I told y'all before, y'all already know I'm going to say, read that word, because the word is the number one thing that really is going to get into your spirit, give you positive outlook, give you the steps and the directions that you need to take, so that way you can live a happy life. And there is love and life after domestic violence. So I just want you guys to be prayed up, be positive, be happy. And if you can't be happy, please reach out to someone so you can be happy again. And thanks so much again, guys, for your support. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be back next week. And next week, I promise, I'm so sorry about that, but I promise I will have someone on the show. I know I say that all the time, and I've only had a few guests. So there's going to be about 5 more guests that I'm going to have on the show. I just got to kind of do some connections, move some stuff around, do some reconnecting, and we will have these people on the show. And I'm still working on getting some men, guys. So if anybody knows some guys that's been going through domestic violence, even if it's not physical, it can be emotional. I talked about that before. So if y'all have anybody that you know that would like to speak on the show, please reach out to me. Like I say, you can hit me up at any of those sites that I stated earlier. I love you guys. I want you to have a beautiful day, and God bless you. And don't forget, love, peace, and happiness, and show those pretty eyes. Have a good day, guys. Talk to you next week.